too. I learned a lot of things. I've been doing me, I've been doing okay. Come fuck with me, be my Beyonce. Know you love me, but girl, you're crazy. She's so great.
Back to Let's Help You Grow Now, because I'm here to help you grow now. I'm finna do a reaction to art support Andy Warhol, A Troubled Life and Death documentary. So let's check it out.
Eating a hamburger. This is the story of a shy mama's boy, a kid who had constant panic attacks and spent most of his time at home sick, who turned his life upside down and became the Pope of Pop. Andy Warhol, an icon of the art world, his work went from paintings and fashion to filmmaking, and he was passionate about it. Some would say he took it too far, asking his interns to pee on a metal sheet and even getting shot in the name of art. He has managed to inspire generations of artists.
Have you gone off people?
No, but I have some dogs and I just thought I would pick up paint.
Okay, well, let's see what he on.
When you think of the name Andy Warhol, you would not associate it with someone with a propensity for panic attacks and shyness. So how did this happen? Let's rewind to August 6th, 1928, when Julia Warhol, an immigrant from Slovakia, gave birth to a kid named Andy. Andy was a rather shy kid who was babied by his mom, which may or may not have caused him to be insecure and shy and even prone to sickness quite often, forcing him to stay home. Due to an illness in his nervous system, his mother frequently noticed a slight change in his skin color and constant fevers, resulting in frequent absences from school. However, during these at-home periods of rest, Andy first developed his love for art, listening to the radio, sketching, and collecting movie star glossy photographs. This hobby would eventually shape his career. Andy's talents bloomed when he attended the School of Fine Arts at Carnegie Institute. Despite his meekness and quietness, it came as no surprise when Andy quickly outperformed other students on their assignments. As with any other student, he was a bit tight on money, and he started to come up with ideas on how to make extra money. Andy's brothers sold produce from the back of a truck, while he would draw portraits of customers for just 25 cents. Imagine getting a Warhol portrait for 25 cents. In 1949, Andy demonstrated how far he had come by exhibiting a painting called Nose Picker at the Pittsburgh Association of Artists, but it was rejected. But this made it clear that Andy had an incredible talent and knew how to turn art into cash, especially when that art coincided with the most unlikely of events. Like in 1964, Warhol had just finished a series of Marilyn Monroe paintings. When a photographer asked to shoot them,
Marilyn Monroe, I like her
Warhol
art.
photos. Instead,
You
a
see her
single bullet
everywhere.
fired right through the canvas Marilyn's forehead. Fast forward to last summer. Shot Blue Marilyn fetches $195 million at auction. Now, the crazy part isn't the bullet, but the big picture. That record-breaking sale happened as $9 trillion was wiped from portfolios and inflation soared to a 40-year high. But Morgan Stanley says established contemporary art like Warhol's may have lower day-to-day volatility compared to many other investments. Just ask Masterworks, the art investing platform, who was featured in Forbes for allowing you to invest in shares of contemporary art. This way, you don't need millions to potentially benefit from art's wild appreciation. In fact, Masterworks' last 3 paintings sold, one of which was a piece from Warhol's Flowers series, netted 10, 13, and 35% returns to their investors. It's no wonder over 670,000 users have signed up, or why offerings have sold out in minutes. With results like this, demand is growing by the day, so there may be a wait list, but art support subscribers can skip it today at the link in the description. After being rejected, even as an art teacher, Andy's friend Philip Hurlstein encouraged him to move to New York. And on his second day in the city, he was already commissioned by Glamour magazine. Riding high on success, Andy became a highly sought-after commercial artist for prestigious magazines such as Vogue and Vanity Fair. He would take client meetings during the day and sketch late into the night before having his assistants transfer these designs onto another sheet, creating those iconic blotted line designs that propelled him to design awards and incredible wealth. In 1957, Andy founded Andy Warhol Enterprises, Inc., but his business empire started to crumble with changes in fashion trends. Desperate to maintain his expensive lifestyle, he scrambled for more commissions. However, his fortunes changed as a significant shift happened in the art world. Abstract expressionism was giving way to works of notable artists like Jasper Johns and Robert Rauschenberg, finding its home at big galleries. During this period, Andy Warhol 2.0 rose from mere illustrator fame to acclaimed artist status. Andy's big breakthrough came with Coke bottle paintings. But while hanging out with gallery owner Mario Leto, he got the brilliant idea of painting Campbell's soup cans. Andy paid Mario $50 to give him an idea as to what to paint. Mario took the money and asked him one simple question: "What do you love?" Andy answered, "Well, I love Campbell's soup," which inspired one of Andy's most recognizable paintings. In 1962, Warhol hung 32 of his Campbell's soup cans in the Ferris Gallery, completely challenging public perception of art subjects. Riding on this wave of success, he bought a former factory in Union Square, hired Billy Lynch to decorate it in silver, and occupied its walls with faux food boxes. He showcased flowers at the Musée d'Art Moderne de la Ville de Paris, where over 400 paintings were exhibited in the autumn of 1964.
That's nice.
This event marked his retirement from painting into filmmaking, creating a bizarre yet highly controversial cult following for his works. Sadly enough, Valerie Solanas shot Warhol at the factory in 1968, an incident that promoted her new play. But he recovered after 6 hours of surgery. This wake-up call inspired Warhol to create oxidation paintings using urine and metal paint before passing away. After his soup can prints were successful, Warhol turned them into fashionable items by replicating the design over a series of dresses. These garments were highly sought after, and even copied by Campbell's themselves, who would send a piece to any customer willing to send 2 Campbell's soup labels and $1. His Marilyn Monroe works, reproduced in multiple palettes, served as an ode to mass culture, with their purpose being to comment on consumerist lifestyles. When hung together, these paintings created repetitive patterns of color, reminiscent of supermarket shelves, mirroring Warhol's stark connections to Andy understood the power of personal and his childhood love for cultivating a public persona with enigmatic media appearances and a signature style. His marketing savvy quickly made him a household name, with further endorsements in TDK videotapes, Vidal Sassoon hairspray, and Burger King, one of his most famous films, which features him sitting down and eating a burger. Warhol was continuously chasing whatever was new and fresh. Pursuing novelty while intertwining art and commerce was the perfect formula for fashion success. His significant influence on fashion during his first decade in New York extended to his final days. He even modeled for Koshin Sato's show just nights before his death. When buried, he laid in a Stephen Sprouse suit as a symbol of unification between art and fashion that had irreversibly changed our culture forever. Warhol's legacy of innovation stood the test of time, inspiring artists worldwide to this day. His talent and his high understanding of personal branding and appearances on multiple shows and films made him famous. He understood society's consumer and appearance-driving behaviors, and many said he even predicted what we are living today. In the future, everyone will be world famous for 15 minutes.
Facts, because that shit is definitely happening right now. But shout out to Andy Warhol, RIP to him. Definitely art is cool. Art is something I need to tap in my damn self. And I heard art is good to invest in. So if I was y'all, I'll be looking up stuff about art. If y'all have like any suggestions about any websites I can visit about art or how to invest in it, I don't know if they have any stock or just art period. If you got some art, take a look at it. Just, comment below. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
I learned a lot of things. I've been doing me, I've been doing okay. Come fuck with me, be my